I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Hi there, everybody. I would like to begin by thanking our superintendent, Dr. Canfield, our principal, Dr. Booras, our vice principals, Chip Hill and Miss Wagner, our class advisors, Miss Mira and Miss Austin, all of our guidance counselors, our amazing nurse, Miss Grant, our coaches, the librarians, custodial staff, and office administration. I would like to thank all of you for the work you do every day for our school and for the class of 2016. I would like to thank my parents, family, and friends for supporting me, as well as those of all the graduates. Your support means the world to us. I would also like to thank the teachers of Sandwich High School. These days, it has become more and more prevalent for teachers to teach to the test. For those of you who haven't heard this phrase before, it describes the process of having students memorize facts, definitions, formulas, and textbooks, goal of passing a standardized or school-issued test. It does not require comprehension or analytical skill. Teachers are forced to dedicate hours of school time towards teaching their students the art of passing tests. The pressure to perform is daunting for both student and teacher. That is why I would truly like to thank the teachers at SHS who decided to teach us something more than testing skills during our time here. To the English teacher, who told us that there is only so much you can learn from taking things at face value, thank you for teaching us to explore the other 7/8 of the story. To the chemistry teacher, who wanted to be a doctor until she realized her true calling was to help high schoolers understand the importance of hydrogen bonds, thank you for teaching us to trust our gut and to follow our passion wherever it may lead us. To the homeroom advisory teacher, who allowed us to come running in at 7:33 each morning because she understood the difference between SHS time and real people time, thank you for teaching us that sometimes showing a little compassion is more important than following the rules to a T. To the history teacher, who encouraged us to engage in historical figure rap battles for a test grade, thank you for teaching us that the amount of energy you bring to the room will be reflected back to you. To the comparative politics teacher, who would tell you about the time he was recruited by the CIA, but then he'd have to, well, you know. Thank you for teaching us to face politics with a level head and a willingness to listen to all sides of the story. This will become especially useful as we vote for the first time in the presidential election this year. To the psychology teacher, who taught us just as much about his 3 children, Livy, Tyler, and Ella, as he did about young Maslow and Freud, thanks that there are some things in life that are more important than work, school, and grades. Thank you, Mr. Russo, Miss St. Pierre, Miss Mira, Mr. Cosgrove, Mr. Frank, and Mr. McNeil the lessons our textbooks could not, and thank you to all of those teachers at SHS who have done the same. I would like you all to know on behalf of the class of 2016 that although we may have occasionally missed a class, failed a quiz, or even fallen asleep once or twice, we were listening and we did hear you. Though we may someday forget the difference between sine and tangent or the definition of anti-disestablishmentarianism, we will never forget the more permanent and far more invaluable lessons that you have taught us over these past 4 years. I hope you can take pride in knowing that you have significantly impacted the lives of the students before you, and that we would not be the people we are today without you. Now, the class of 2016 as a whole is spectacular, but I would like to give a few more specific examples. We've had a lot of success in athletics. Jameson Buttafuoco set most goals in a season and most career goals in Sandwich High School history. William Chin Crowther, a southpaw pitcher, somehow managed to consistently find home plate through his mane of hair and led the team to a record-breaking postseason. Our class started the SHS volleyball team with Tessa Wood and myself as the inaugural members. Bella Colantro will step up to the next level this fall when she plays Division II soccer at Stonehill College. We are also sending off many other athletes to continue playing their sports at Division III colleges as well. Among these athletes are Joe Sullivan, Carly Whittle, and Caitlin Scott. All are incredibly hard workers who are dedicated to their sport. Our musical talent can be summed up with one name: Thatcher Drake. He plays an inhuman number of different instruments and seems to win every competition he's entered in. Create pieces that appear so real they may as well be photographs. Hannah Page, Jenny Broder, Megan Forrester, Hannah Wright, Maddie Esdale, they're all free incredible artwork. And for 4 years, we have witnessed the acting talents of Andrew Sivko, Maeve Connolly, and John MacLeod. From West Side Story to Into the Woods, Andrew, Maeve, and John have shown that they are truly naturally gifted actors. Our class is also intellectually gifted in many different ways. There are the kinesthetically, spatially, and musically intelligent students I just mentioned, but there are many others who display their brain power in different ways. We of course have our valedictorian, Liz Wegman. Liz is by far the most dedicated student I have ever met. She is inquisitive, hardworking, and if she doesn't know the answer to something, you can bet she will not rest until she finds it. There is also Brennan Tickell, who can win an argument even when he is completely wrong. He can find every hole and weak area in an idea and then mercilessly rip it to shreds. Although Tick would be a great lawyer, he has shown an intense interest in flight and will be attending college to become a pilot. Tommy Kelleher and Jeff Polidor are our tech whizzes. Tommy knows the ins and outs of your computer better than any Apple Store employee and will not hesitate to let them know it. Jeff is president of the Student Council and is responsible for coordinating school events such as our pep rallies. These two join forces to run the sound and light booths and are keystones of the high school theater productions that take place here. It is safe to say that without people like Tommy and Jeff, there could not be any KTC. Then there's probably the wisest girl I know, Helen Caldwell. Helen always knows the right thing to say and has become someone other students turn to when looking for advice in terms of both life and homework. She displays a combination of logical and social intelligence that is exceedingly rare and will definitely benefit her as she pursues a psychology degree. There is intelligence that cannot be measured with test scores or GPAs. There is creativity and kindness and a drive to succeed that just will not let you quit no matter how much it hurts or how badly you want to. Whether it be in lacrosse, biology, or music, that drive and the unique ideas that you bring to the table will determine how far you go in life. Not that perfect SAT score, or your class rank, or even. I'm telling you now, none of that matters. You all have skills, ideas, and interests, dreams that are worth. I hope you can take solace in knowing that there is really nothing standing in your way, nothing that can stop you from achieving your dreams except for you. You get to decide how hard you work and where that takes you. You get to decide your future. I know you all will choose wisely. Congratulations, class of 2016.
What can I say? My days of sprinting down the track are long over. Good morning, Superintendent of Schools. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome school and community officials, family and friends, as we gather and validate the graduation of the class of 2016. But I also want to begin by introducing the superintendent who will succeed me. She's with us here today. She accepted an invitation from Dr. Booras and myself to be a part of us so that we can demonstrate it will be a very smooth transition. Dr. Pamela. Class of 2016, this is your day. We have all gathered here to celebrate the completion of your journey from kindergarten through grade 12. Yesterday, you had the opportunity to travel in cap and gown to Forestdale and Oak Ridge schools, even stop by the Wing School, to begin a new tradition for our united school system. The teachers there were very pleased to see you, as they have been a part of your experience and your success. The children were thrilled and inspired by your presence. Some of your teachers, including kindergarten teachers, were in tears, as, like your parents, they recalled your very first day of school, where you perhaps felt some anxiety, and some of you may have even shed a few tears. And from my observation of being at Forestdale School this year on opening day, I can tell you there were also parents who shed tears on those first days of school. It reminds me of the lyrics to a favorite song of mine, Over the Rainbow. The lyrics go, I hear babies grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. And so it is that time passes and change occurs. Today, you leave us as young men and women poised and well prepared for the next phase of your life journey. While this is your day, as you depart the castle, I will be departing with you. And from my heart to yours, I want to take this moment to thank you for all you have contributed to our schools and our community. I may not have come to know every one of you personally, but I shall always remember the class of 2016 for all that you have done. You've had numerous successes and have distinguished yourselves in the classroom, on stage, in our visual art programs, and in our athletic venues. Yet I am most proud of you as you show your kindness and compassion for others. It is reflected in your leadership, your community service, and your global sensitivity as you consider and debate national and global issues that are critical to all of us through the International Studies program and through your other classes here at Sandwich High School. And you have done this clearly and concisely while modeling civil discourse. You have now had 2 years of having our STEM Academy students in the castle with you. You have been wonderful mentors and peer leaders to them. In some cases, they have helped in your success because you encouraged them and welcomed them in combined music, theater, athletic, and club programs. This year, you also have some Academy students who have stepped up to take some high school courses, and all of our are better for I've met about my career, and I've cheered for Panthers, Cardinals, Tigers, Mustangs, it goes on. But here you are part of a very proud tradition of being a Sandwich Blue Knight, and it will continue to be the responsibility of all who will follow you here to uphold the core values of Blue Knight pride. You and all alumni will continue to be proud to say, I am a Sandwich Blue Knight. You have demonstrated that you are true blue, an expression used to describe someone who is loyal, faithful, and unwavering to a set of core values. Core values permeate all that you do and will continue to guide your spiritual core throughout your lifetime. As Blue Knights, may you always be true blue a blue blood, the honor of knighthood. And as I depart the castle with you, know that I have no regrets. I have loved my time with you. You have been a source of great joy for me and for my wife, Lorna. Of all that I have had to do here, my greatest pleasure has been the time spent. Class of 2016, simply and sincerely stated, thank you for letting me be a part of your lives, and from my heart to yours, I wish you and your families the very best that life has to offer. Thank you.
Good morning, faculty, parents, relatives, administrators, the class of 2016. It is my great honor to be speaking to you today as your senior class president. I'm going to be honest. I spent days without eating, and my grades began to suffer because the thought of what to say in this speech was absolutely daunting. After contemplating how to write the perfect speech, I finally had an epiphany. No matter what I say in this speech today, someone out there will hopefully feel obligated to clap. Thank you. I eventually decided to put some words down on paper. After a few hours, I reread what I had written, but was it inspiring? I wasn't so sure. I began to panic. Should my mom write this speech? Should I plagiarize and simply hope for the best? No, not this time. I would write, and hopefully what I say today will make you laugh and reminisce about the good times that we shared. This day is not meant to be easy. We worked for it. Simply sitting in these seats is an accomplishment. It is with a heavy heart that I stand here and deliver this speech. Behind me sit some of the greatest human beings. Each person here has dreams and aspirations. Words can truly not express how proud I am of this class. 90% of the class is going on to higher education. 7% is entering the world of work, and 1% is enlisted to serve in the military. The remainder 2% is undecided or taking a gap year. We've been through it all together. We all walked into Sandwich High School on September 2012 with no idea what to expect. All we had were scary preconceptions of high school from those 80s movies. We nervously texted friends, asking, praying that they had the same classes as we did. The hallways were a labyrinth, and we were lucky to find all of our classes or go to the right lunch. If you were as lucky as I, you would have walked through the door of the girls' bathroom the first day of school, only to realize it was the boys' bathroom. Although the first few days may have been a whirlwind of emotions, we all quickly adjusted. Each one of us found our niche. We joined new clubs, tried out for our first sport, or got our first jobs. These milestones taught us to learn the value of cooperation, hard work, and perseverance. We formed new relationships. Relationships faded, and that was okay. The amount of mistakes, and sometimes we failed. All of the past 4 years helped to shape who we are as individuals today. As I talk about how individual you are, I cannot help but notice how many of us picked the same outfit today. Very ironic. Without a number of people, we would not be the individuals we are sitting in these seats. To all of the wonderful teachers that have shaped us into the young adults we are today, words cannot express how grateful I am for each and every one of you. Dr. Booras, Dr. Canfield, Mr. Hill, Mrs. Wagner, Mrs. Carlisle, and Miss Melinda. You have each been instrumental in helping our class achieve in every way possible. Thank you for your guidance throughout these past 4 years. Senior week, prom, homecoming, and every other event and fundraiser in between would not have been possible, and Miss Mira. For all they have done for our class, and for always supporting us through thick and thin. To my class officers, I cannot believe this day has come. After years of walking around the 80-degree town fair in Elmo costume, yelling at people to buy our homemade cookies at bake sales, or decorating for prom hours before it began, it has all come to an end. Thanks for spending some crazy moments with me. Thank you, Homeroom C324, and Mrs. Murphy for making me want to go to school every morning. To the Horwood family for making me their second daughter. To my brother and sister for dealing with my early morning singing in the car. But hey, you made it. Lastly, to my wonderful mother and father, I love you both. Thank you for your unconditional support and for being my #1 fans. Although each one of us traveled on our own paths, some of my best memories are the times we shared as a class. One time I'd like to reminisce on is our prom. Who doesn't love prom? You get down to some good old American classics such as Get Low, Holla Back Girl, and Turn Down for What? In middle school, it was not much different. At the monthly school dance, the DJ would yell out, "What did you come here?" And on cue, he would play Dynamite by Teo Cruz. To dance, 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 dance. Yeah, this joke got old after the December dance. Of course, who could forget the thrill of these middle school dances? The angsty teenage years, where girls put blue eyeshadow on up to their eyebrows. Guys wore backward snapback, and a night jumping up and down fist bumping with the occasional awkward slow dance. No matter how awkward or how old these dances got, they all had one thing in common. They brought us all together. It is difficult to think that after 4 years of 166 of us being together every day, that soon we will be off on our own journeys. In a few hours, we will all part ways and carry on with the rest of our lives. I am sure we will see one another this summer, attend college with a few, run into someone down the road, and of course, there will be a fabulous reunion one day. But it will never be exactly like this ever again. Our ears will no longer hear the words, "What day is it?" Thatcher will not begin our morning with the incorrect words to the Pledge of Allegiance. Miss Muir's homeroom will no longer sweep the floor in Tuesday trivia. Mrs. Grant will not be a haul down from us, and we will not have her kind words and enthusiasm. We will no longer run to our cars in the parking lot to join in on survival of the fittest. Jeff and Tommy will not be around to fix the Wi-Fi for us next year. And then there are those other moments, not the day-to-day moments, but those moments that in that exact point in time were infinitely perfect. It happened in 10th grade when the peer leaders went to Borndale. We all gathered on the fire. Thatcher took out his acoustic guitar, and next thing eating s'mores, singing banana pancakes, and fighting our curfew to go back into cabins. It happened again junior year, when we were the underdogs for the pep rally skits. Freshman year, we did not have a single person sign up. We all sat in the bleachers wondering, how would we ever pull this off in the future? Sophomore year, we got our act together. But it was junior year that we came alive. Let's just say the skit ended with a lift. Yeah, it was that good. It happened again last night. As the sun set on our dinner cruise, we sailed off and spent our last night as high schoolers together. And that brings me to where we are today. We made it. On the stairs, we evened. We got 2 solid snow days, and the seniors last year got nearly the entire month of January off from school. We evacuated the building a few times in the bitter cold. Thankfully, no one contracted hypothermia. We participated in the lip dub, watched Chin pitch the winning ACL pitch for the first time in 21 years, empowered one another during our women's self-defense training, applauded the talent in KTC Productions and Sandwich Soul, and cheered when our classmates achieved career points and sports awards. So, class of 2016, you might not become famous. You might not go pro in a sport or discover how to cure a disease. You might hit roadblocks and get discouraged, but know this. Your life is not lived for others. It is lived for yourself. You choose how others define you. From now on, your life will be based on your choices, and I hope you will make the ones that are best for you. I wish you all a lifetime of happiness and success. I hope you will live always dreamed of. I cannot wait to hear all of your stories one day. I'm endlessly thankful for these 4 years spent with all of you. Class of 2016, congratulations. Today is your day. Great places, you're off and away.
Good morning, family, friends, and fellow classmates. My name is Andrew Sifko, and I am the Senior Class PR Secretary.
And my name is John MacLeod, and I am the Senior Class Secretary. At this time, we wish to thank our two incredible advisors for all their efforts this year.
We would like to begin by reading an excerpt from the letter my fellow officers and myself had written for the yearbook. It states, "Our crowning achievements, pinnacle of success, and all the moments in between were made possible by the determination and dedication of our two talented class advisors, Samantha Driscoll and Melissa Mira. You have guided us with compassion, spirit, and enthusiasm. Thank you for taking on wide-eyed freshmen and molding us into the capable young adults we are today. No words can truly express how grateful we are for your presence and counsel."
Although this was written during February in order to meet deadlines for our yearbook, the class officers can agree these words still hold true. Without Mrs. Driscoll's dedication to the group, even with her baby boy on the way, coupled with Miss Mira's knowledge on senior class activities, nothing could have been done.
It is our honor to present 2 copies of the class of 2016 yearbook to these amazing teachers of Sandwich. Thank you so much for all your time and guidance.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to convey a message to the class of 2016, not to bid farewell. As we break through the doors of Sandwich High School with our diplomas, and in just 3 months, move on to our respective universities, workforces, and so on, I ask you to remember this one piece of advice from your captain, friend, teammate, class treasurer, and amazingly candid and funny peer, Mary Elizabeth Wegman. It's not to savor how unique you are, or to remain grateful of your childhood on Cape Cod, even though these are important tidbits. It's this, to speak. Pope Francis has said, to dialogue means to be able to listen, to put ourselves in someone else's place, to build bridges. Soon learn that a life of silence will not mollify the calamities of this world. I therefore urge you to find your voice, but do not speak for others. If we live only to preserve our own self-interests, ignoring the consequences our words may conjure for the next generation, then we have failed our responsibilities as citizens of the United States. In the classroom in 1984, now it is time to apply these lessons, nay warnings, to the real world. At every level, and it is our duty to restore equality. And whenever someone tries to trick you by claiming, well, life is unfair, do ask that person if American freedom was the result of our ancestors' excuses. Blind obedience to apathy and injustice will not protect us from the truth. Thus, at the next game, tell your friends to recycle their plastic bottles, for that field, track, or rink will be loved by the next generation of athletes. Question your professor if he or she forces one simplified mindset of beliefs upon you. And if someone praises the Kardashians, point out the obvious. My favorite engraving on the Thomas Jefferson Memorial reads, "Laws and institutions must go hand in hand with the progress of the human mind. We might as well require a man to wear still the coat which fitted him when a boy, as civilized society to remain ever under the regimen of their barbaric ancestors. Likewise, we must carry on this Brobdingnagian message in our hearts and minds. After all, breakthroughs begin by opening up a dialogue." With all of this in mind, I'd like to dole a few thanks. God, thank you for your everlasting love. Leah and Peter Sorgi, Donald Frank, Mary Alice Moynihan, and Bud Skirmahorn, as well as Dr. Booras and Dr. Canfield. Thank you for enlightening me and showing me how to think. And Glock, thank you for keeping me off the streets during my runs. Most importantly, to Mom, Dad, and my siblings James, all of my 2 dogs, Winston and Shelby, I cannot express in words my love and gratitude for you. Just know that you will always be the eternal springs of my aspirations. Finally, to my grade, understand that although your voice can be a powerful weapon, it can be an even greater vessel of peace and progress. Speak wisely. And so at last, I leave you with this modified quote from a familiar captain. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Sandwich High School class of 2016. Its new mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no class has gone before. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Hello again, everyone. My name is Thatcher Drake, Senior Class Vice President. Along with my fellow officer John MacLeod, I would like to present the class gift.
There was a lot of thought that went into this decision, but after the officers tirelessly pondered what would leave a lasting mark for a class so memorable, we couldn't help but feel close ties to this stadium in which you are seated right now.
Being one of the first classes to use the stadium and experience the unity it creates during sporting events and pep rallies, we all felt that it had a special place in our hearts.
With that being said, we plan to donate the class of 2016 savings to further enhancements of the Gerald F. DeConto Stadium in hopes that for years to come, families and friends beaming with Blue Knight pride can come together here and share a common joy. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2016. These walls and all these picture frames, every name they show. These walked 1,000 hard paths they all know.
Everything I was, everything I've ever loved, and I can see how much I've grown. And though the mirror doesn't see it, it's clear to me I can make it on my own. I'm not afraid of moving on in life. It's just so hard to say goodbye to what I know. This time, no one's gonna say goodbye. I keep you in this heart of mine. This time, I know it's never over. No matter what I am, I carry where we all began. This time that we had, I will hold forever. This old familiar place is where every face is another part of me. I played a different game then, they called me a different name then. I think of all the things I did and how I wish I knew what I know now. I see
How far I've come and what I got. When I was looking for that spotlight, I was looking for myself. Got over what I was afraid of. I showed him all that I was made of. More than trophies on a shelf. Through all the battles that we lost and might have won, I never stopped believing in the words we sung.
This time, no one's gonna say goodbye. I keep you in this heart of mine. This time, I know it's never over. No matter who or what I am, I carry where we all began. This time that we had, I will hold. This time that we had, I will hold. Time that we had, I will hold
Welcome to members of the school committee, superintendent, town officials, family members, faculty, staff, and most importantly, the members of the class of 2016. This is truly an auspicious occasion marked by the beauty and splendor of holding this event in the Captain Gerald F. DeConto Veterans Memorial Stadium, a facility which recognizes and commemorates the courage and selfless dedication of one of our graduates while launching the future and defining the promise of you, the class of 2016. He is remarkable in the fields of academics, arts, and athletics. You have definitely achieved those to lead with dignity and to enable and to empower one another. Did not to the laser focus defining success. Rather, you created success in ways which were creative and inclusive. This morning, my message to you is about developing resiliency and staying present in your new and evolving world as citizens of impact and insight. Sheryl Sandberg, highly successful CEO of Facebook and author of Lean In, provided me with thoughts with which to frame my remarks. In her commencement speech at UCLA entitled Loss After Learning to Walk, she espouses a wish for your generation, a wish I share. I learned that when life draws you under the water, you can kick hard against the bottom, break the surface, and breathe. In the face of a void or in the face of any challenge, you can choose your joy and your meaning. You will almost all certainly face adversity. There's loss of opportunity, loss, and the sharp sting of prejudice when it happens. What can you do to? You will be defined not just by what you achieve, but how you survive. The seeds of resilience are planted in negative. Finding gratitude and appreciation is key to resilience. She goes on to say, counting your blessings can increase your blessings. Live life with joy and meaning. I hope you walk without pain and that you are grateful for your next step. When the challenges come, I hope you remember that anchored deep within each of you is the ability to learn and to grow. You are not born with a fixed amount of resilience. You can build it and use it. In that process, you will figure out who you really are and who you just might become when you become the best version of yourself. The spirit of Sandberg's inspiring words is echoed in the work of Angela Duckworth, author of Grit, The Power of Perseverance. Grit has become a reigning buzzword in our field of education, but what does it mean to you, wonderful members of the class of Duckworth's hypothesis is simple. What really matters isn't genius, special blend of passion and perseverance. Grit is when you call on the courage necessary to take on the challenges and not give up at the first sign of difficulty. Our culture has supersized the value it places on raw talent, while missing the signs and signals of hard work, thousands of hours practicing one craft, and putting in the sweat equity it takes, essential ingredients needed to achieve success. Students and faculty and members of our community, people make their own luck. Luck comes to those who don't give up. Weave the words resiliency, tenacity, and initiative into your vocabulary, and they will become your core values. As you, members of the class of 16, venture beyond the familiar pathways of your hometown and leave the friendly hallways of Sandwich High School behind you today, the resolve to uncover your passion, to feel the joy of perseverance, and define your own success in ways which give your own life meaning. Avoid the limited and binary lens that will judge you as either triumphant or failing. Analyze your futures while resisting the tidal force of societal norms that may encourage you to memorize the correct answers, only to find out that those answers were not the answers to your own dreams. Take safe chances, calibrate risks, go all out when you find something that captures your imagination and triggers it to learn and more about a topic, a country, a writer, a musician, an artist, or a mathematical formula. Now is the time for you, my knights, to sally forth with reduced supervision and enhanced freedom. Don't be afraid to fail. Only then will you develop the courage and fortitude to succeed. You, the class of 16, are truly our knights in shining armor. You are wonderful, wonderful young men and women whose legacy of kindness and care has taken Blue Knight Pride to a new and very good place. You did indeed live the present in your 4 years here. I am confident that you will venture forth to define and to solve problems in a world where your goodness is needed, and you will bring your authentic selves with you. In closing, let me cite Cervantes' reference to one knights ever known, spoken by Don as he was preparing to leave his beloved village to pursue to knighthood. Comes, the world needs our immediate presence. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your principal. While leading Sandwich High School without you will certainly not be an easy task, please come back and visit and see how we are doing. We will always care about you. As I said in my opening statement, you led with dignity and you led with grace. Your legacy has shaped our present and will illuminate our future. The world does indeed need your immediate presence. I certify that each student in the graduating class before you has completed all the requirements necessary for a diploma from Sandwich High School and may enjoy the reward thereof. I proudly present to you the community of Sandwich, the graduating class of 2016.
Morgan Francis Alvarenga. Kevin Logan Anderson. Abigail Margaret Bates. Skylar Lynn Belcher. Christian Thomas Hart Bice. Nora Byron. Christopher Joseph Bowen. Luke Allen Bridges. Caleb Matthew Breyer. Jenny Wren Broder. Matthew Herbert Brooks. Abigail Rose Burke. Kevin Thomas Burr. Sara Lynn Butler. Jameson Lee Buttafuoco. Emily Rose Byrne. Owen Michael Caggiano. Tyler Joseph Carnes. Allison Margaret Campbell. Christopher Canada. Jake Mario Carter. Bailey Ann Casino. Joao Victor Rodriguez Sereda. Connor David White Coggins. Isabella Grace Calentro. Hatfield Caldwell. Joshua Condon. Sarah Claire Condon. Michael Carl. Maeve Catherine Connolly. Isabel Colette Craddy. William Joseph Crowther. Madison Pearson. Michael James. Parker Allen Dees. Nicholas Keenan DiMaggio. Sydney Piper DiTomaso. Edward Doherty. Catherine Alyssa Doherty. Christopher Robert Drake. Sierra Emerald Dubuque. Emily Ann Dundon. Truman Dunkley. Daniel John Emerson. Mae as Ashley Rose Fagnant. Nathan Christopher Fellows. Hey, Josh. Joshua Thomas Fitzgerald. Mark Stephen Fitzpatrick. Shay Marie Forrest. Congratulations. Megan Lee Forrester. Madeline Ann French. Robert Paul Fulgaris. Owen Bradley Gagnon. Robert Galanek. Benjamin Paul Gavoni. Christopher Gendro. Thomas Joseph Gilbert. Aline Galuli.
Congratulations, Paul.
Paul Thomas Glynn. Heather Elizabeth Goddard. Colleen Allegra Gorham. Jack Michael Gould. John William Grady. Gavin Lawrence Guarino. Veronica Jo Gilmet. Olivia Catherine Haggerty. Joshua William Harmon. Olivia Grace Harmon. Craig David. Alec John Henderson. Ben Christopher Hines. Brian Bernie Hopkins. Stacy Lynn Hopkins. Irwood. Anna Olivia Hurley. John Robert Iodice. Emily Suzanne Jensen.
Frank Kelleher. Thomas Edward Keller. Alana Marie Kennedy. Kyra Marie Kosh. Matthew Daniel Landry. Mariah Janae Lang. Andrea Francis La Rochelle. Ray Alexa La Rochelle. Grace La Scala. Lindsay Muriel Lawrence. Jordan Michael Leary. Robert Austin Lennox. Mario James Lavorse. Matthew Gerard McDonald. Michael Henry McDonald. William Douglas McLean. Brian Edmund Viens McGee. Brendan James Marr. Rebecca Lynn Mandy. Ashley Laura Manganello. Michael Christian Manning. Timothy Arthur McCusker. Ed Leo McGee. Ryan Matthew McNally. Colin Hugh McNamara. Thomas Daniel Megan. Michael Anthony Migger. Caitlin Marie Minton. Jason Lefteri Mullen. Marie Murphy. Fiona Kathleen Naples. O'Brien. Christian Michael O'Grady. Jonathan Michael O'Hare. Christina Marie O'Neill. Hannah Elizabeth Page. Samantha Bettina Page. Michael Joseph Jr. Julia Elizabeth Pennington. Vincent Joseph Petraka. Jenna Victoria Phillips. Jeffrey David Polidor. Noah Robert Raymond. Thomas Patrick Reynolds, Jr. Lily Elizabeth Reynolds. Emily Flaherty Robinson. Reese Roundtree Hanscom. Ashley Ann Ryan. Mia Nicole Ryan. John Richard Rimshaw. Taylor Morgan Scheuer. Andrea Mia Schlesinger. Caitlin Rosemary Scott. Noelle Elizabeth Seal. Benjamin Shyalani. Emily Hannah Sholey. Zachary John Silva. Sara Elizabeth Simmons. Elizabeth Catherine Sirenosian. Griffin Colby Souza. Sarah Jane Stella. Brendan Michael Sullivan. Connor Malin. Joseph Donald Sullivan. Jenna May Sweeney. Matt Sylvester. Jasmine Lee Tallman. Hansel Juan Tice. Brennan James Tickell. Caitlin Faith Towie. Tatum Quinn. Brian Christian Wally. Kevin Michael Walker Jr. Haley Ann Whalen. Carly Grace Whittle. Andrew Reed Wilson. Maximilian Colby Wojner. Tessa Catherine Wood. Hannah Elizabeth Wright. Cameron Christopher Yadasernia. Samuel Elliott Yogus. Andrew James Aaron. Mira Elizabeth Wegman. John Michael MacLeod. Thatcher Matthias Drake. Sara Ann Serdy.
Graduates, I now ask you to turn your tassels to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2016. Please join us for our final celebration by the flagpole. Thank you.